Do you feel him, sir?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to One Star Wrestling. I am once again joined by this green fuck here, Jobu. Say something, say hello.
Random bullshit.
Yeah, that'll do. Today we're going to be fulfilling one of my subathon goals from, just about over a month ago, because I'm very slow at getting content out, but it's funny. We're going to be...
You're just slow in general. That second part was redundant.
Oh yeah, I'm violently slow. We're going to be ranking every single WrestleMania main events in a tier list. A funky little tier list that you can see right over here in post-editing, hopefully. Probably. But like I said, we're just going to be looking at this tier list, and it's just the Manias themselves. So we're going to be thinking about the quality of both main events together. So that means the Roman, Brock Lesnar, and Kevin Owens Stone Cold main events from WrestleMania 38 will be put together for quality-wise. Could that give them an advantage? Probably, but I'd like to think that every two-night Mania, besides like the first one, has been fucking stellar so far in WWE, so hey, fuck you. Alright, and to start it off, we have WrestleMania 1, which was the main events of Hulk Hogan and Mr. T versus Rowdy Roddy Piper and Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
You know what? This one goes immortal. Like, if we're using the list that I sent you, this is like S tier top just because of everything it's set in motion for the future. I don't care what the quality of the match itself was.
Really? Like, just purely based off of, like, what it meant for the future?
Yeah. No, that one, this is one of the most influential matches of all time.
I get the legacy argument there, but at the same time, I'm also a big fan of it's still kind of blue. Like, in terms, like, it even, like, beyond, like, just the general, hey, it's the early era of, like, modern wrestling, it blows because it's just, like, three moves.
They weren't throwing any Meltzer 5-star matches out in 1985. We got to grade this on a little bit of a curve.
Okay. I'll give it immortal for now, but I feel like depending on where we put the rest, it could change out. So...
I mean, it's for sure going to water down the S tier just because of what it is, but I cannot in good conscience not put this in immortal.
That's fair. So first one, WrestleMania 1, goes to immortal. Next main event, we have an actual title match this time, thank God. Hulk Hogan looks like defending the WWF World Heavyweight Championship in a steel cage against King Kong Bundy.
If there was a tier between solid and mid, this is where it would go. I
feel like it's a high tier mid.
Yeah, I do not like King Kong Bundy. Like, he's a good dude. Like, nobody ever talks bad about him, and he was real good, like, behind the scenes. I just cannot get into his wrestling because he was in an era where there were other big men that were doing kind of better stuff and just never connected with me. So, and it's 80s Hogan, so you know what you get.
That's basically my exact same arguments. He plays a real good, just like big beefy heel, but that's literally the entire character is just I'm big, I'm bad. So high mid could drop down a little bit further down the mids depending.
Mm-hmm.
Next we have another Hulk Hogan main event, because fuck you. It is the WWF World Heavyweights Championship in a normal match. It's Hogan versus Andre. I don't think we even need to talk about it. We're just going to ship that right to the best.
The immovable object meets the immortal whatever it was.
The immovable force meets the unmovable object, I think. Look, we hate Hogan. We can start to admit that Andre was restricted for as good as he was, but it's still...
I can respect the legacy, I don't have to respect the person.
Bingo bango, yeah, like it is. This is purely wrestling.
I can live in a society where I can accept one that wrestling does not exist without Hulk Hogan, and also that Hulk Hogan is just a piece of shit.
Yeah, this is wrestling and not the sex tape.
And for those of you who have not watched the Scott Steiner Chris Van Vliet interview yet, go watch it immediately.
Yeah, anything Chris Van Vliet. Shout out to Chris.
Not even 10 minutes into the interview, Scott Steiner calls him a racist motherfucker and deserved what he got in California.
Fucking beautiful, honestly.
I love Scott Steiner.
But yeah, easy, immortal. I feel like this is where you and I are going to have some very differing opinions. WrestleMania 4, WWF World Heavyweight Championship Tournament Final. Macho Man versus $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase. I think this is arguably the worst main events of the first 10 Manias, but it's not a bad main events.
You said first 10?
Yeah, first 10. We don't talk about 9.
No, it's oh yeah, okay, yeah. You and I are going to the same place then, because I was gonna say no, it's not.
Listen. Even this list has Yokozuna against Hulk Hogan. It is not Yokozuna Hogan. It is Yokozuna Brett, and I do not fucking
We
care.
have to go by the last card on the match.
No.
Last-
Okay,
the
but
last-
that
last
for
match
that
on the card.
for Performance Center Mania, that means Big Show versus McIntyre.
That was Strowman McIntyre, not Big Show McIntyre.
No, it was Big Show. Remember, Big Show came out and he was like, "I want my shot." Strowman was the Universal Champion.
I very much remember that being Strowman McIntyre because Roman didn't want to risk COVID with his leukemia.
No.
Whatever. That's an hour down. That's an hour down the road.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're getting sidetracked.
All right.
Okay,
anyway,
so,
where were we?
Savage
DiBiase.
Yeah, Savage DiBiase. I think makes the first entry into solid, and that has a chance of dropping to mid, but at the very least, it's pure solid right now. Just because it was good, it had a tournament lead up, but in terms of watching the same match, basically, because again, restricted movesets, they don't do jack dick in this era.
It's 80s, yeah.
I think that this kind of wears out the 80s allure, for lack of a better term. So to that end, the main event kind of lacks.
Well, they make up for it the next 2 years, so.
Oh yeah, they do, but we agree on the solid there?
Yeah, solid's good.
Solid. Next up, we have Macho Man defending the WWF World Heavyweight title against Hulk Hogan.
This is Mega Powers Implode. This goes right into Immortal. This goes into S.
I would argue this goes above Mania 1.
This barely edges out because this has way better match quality. And
yes, this was
one beats out on Legacy. This beats out on match quality.
Yes, and I would argue Legacy. You can argue the first Mania up and down the road. This had such a bigger impact for Hogan, for Macho Man, for the main event scene at that time.
This is Mega Powers Implode. This is the two biggest names in wrestling in the 80s. This is it.
This is the big juicy, if you will.
Yes.
WrestleMania 6, we have Hulk Hogan versus the Ultimate Warrior for the WWF and Intercontinental titles.
I'm actually putting this I'm putting this A tier because anything with Ultimate Warrior immediately loses 1 tier.
The great one?
Yeah.
Okay. When you say anything Ultimate Warrior, do you mean the wrestler or do we mean Jim Hellwig? Because remember, this is pure wrestling.
Yes.
You mean, okay, so you think even the wrestler.
Ultimate Warrior is in my top 3 most overrated wrestlers of all time.
Okay, that's a
right
firm agree.
Yeah. Right up there with Goldberg, and I'd have to figure out who the third is.
Ultimate Warrior is the biggest. Fuck you for Bret Hart. He is the biggest example of not wanting to evolve. It was literally the same thing all throughout his career, and he was kind of in that bridging point between early gold to late gold. So yeah, we'll put that right in great one. I can see that slipping to solid, but we'll keep it great.
I mean, good match. Like, it's one of those things where I know Warrior was a good gimmick and draw and talent. I don't just no. It loses points.
It makes me mad to have to think about the Ultimate Warrior. I mean, rest in peace and all, but it just makes me bad thinking about it. All right, next up we got WrestleMania 7. Sergeant Slaughter defending the WWF title, which is now just the WWF belt instead of World Heavyweight Super Universal Cum Dumpster belt, against Hulk Hogan. Insane.
Hulk Hogan bad, Middle East, Hulk Hogan bad, Middle East bad. Just put this in barely legal.
No. Here's the thing. If we're looking at this from a wrestling perspective, it still definitely had its haters back in the day. I think this makes a case for top of the great ones here, above 6.
What?
I'm being
in what universe does a Sergeant Slaughter match get that high?
No, because here's the thing. You do have Sergeant Slaughter being kind of mid, but this is also one of the best straight-on heel versus face, evil versus good main events for early era.
Oh my god, that's only because it was right in the middle of the Gulf War and this was so political. Like, no,
it exactly not. Is. But
I give this match no respect, especially because of how jobber they made the Iron Sheik look in this whole program. No, I give this match zero respect.
Okay, let's meet in the middle. Let's meet in the middle. And even give you more of an edge. Let's put it mid. Top of mid.
I'll put it mid. Yes.
Okay.
You know what? I'll even be fair, just because it was Sergeant Slaughter. I'll put it above WrestleMania 2 on mid.
Oh yeah, you're damn right it's going above WrestleMania 2. You'd be fucking insane.
Hulk Hogan versus Sid Justice, non-title.
Yeah, why was this non-title?
I don't know, because it's Hogan and it's 80s, 90s Hogan, and they were trying. No.
I'm gonna look at the match card real quick to see if the belt was. So the belt was on the line. Ric Flair won the belt off of Macho Man. This is really just Hulk Hogan.
No. He defended the title because Flair won the title at the Royal Rumble in '92.
No, that was via pinfall to win the title.
Oh, he might have been stripped of the title before Mania and then won it back.
No, but this is just the biggest example of Hogan swinging his massive dick around.
Yeah, there's no reason that Flair shouldn't have made evented WrestleMania. Yeah, okay, this...
As a cool side note, Owen Hart versus Skinner was also on this match card.
Hell yeah, Skinner. Hall of Fame.
But, yeah, this one, kind of stinker. I would say mid.
Bottom mid, or top barely legal?
Honestly...
You know what? Points for Sid. You know what? Points for Psycho Sid.
Yeah.
I'll put it mid.
Bottom mid.
Putting this one in, I'm not even going to discuss this match because we already agree on it right in the rest in peace. I refuse to give WrestleMania 9 any relevance.
Yeah, WrestleMania 9 is just fuck off. In my heart of
hearts, I would have
been
so okay with Yoko going over Bret Hart in the main event and that being the end. That's fine. That would have been fine. But Hogan had to be Hogan, and it didn't work for him, brother. And just.
Yep. I will say, I did enjoy how, whether it be because of contracts or whatever, but in the end, Yoko ended up going over Hulk at King of the Ring later that year before Hulk fucked off to WCW.
Cool beans. Good riddance.
Yeah, rest in piss.
Right.
WrestleMania 10, Yoko's still around. He's still champ, or back to being champ, defending against Bret Hart.
I want this match to be good, but this shouldn't have been the main event.
No, I'm usually a huge fan of rematches. We should have had this.
I don't mind the match itself. It's the HBK Ramon ladder match should have been main event. First ever ladder match.
Oh yeah.
That should have been the main event.
Well, it wasn't the first ladder match, because remember they had a ladder match before that.
No,
they did.
No, I'm not saying.
Or at least it wasn't. It might not have been them, but there was a ladder match in WWF before this. So that's like a famous, like, every other fun wrestling facts list has that fact.
It was the first ever televised ladder match.
Oh yeah, because I'm looking at Bret Hart defeating Shawn
Michaels. Yeah, but that wasn't televised.
Yeah, you're fucking televised. Okay, but I feel like I've always believed that the IC title, I'd say up until about WrestleMania 13 and past WrestleMania 28, had a case to be higher up on the card. Maybe not main event of Modern Manias, but higher up on the card.
Yeah, I mean it's always been the workhorse. You're gonna be destined for greatness 9 times out of 10 if you win this match.
Oh yeah.
Looking at you, Shinsuke Nakamura.
Looking at you, Ezekiel Jackson.
That's yeah.
I say top tier solid. This is when we start getting into some.
This was Vince McMahon likes money on this card.
I am going to be nice because this was perhaps the best celebrity match up until early 2000s.
Yeah,
barely legal.
I'm okay to put this. No, it's got to be higher than that. I mean, for what it was actually a really good match. The celebrities and athletes that came in to do the job actually did it well, and it actually made a whole lot of money in ratings. So it did what it set out to do, and it did not do anything it was not advertised. So I'm fine. I am fine with this. This is Vince McMahon likes money.
I'm put okay it above this 7, or not 7. What the fuck is that? WrestleMania.
This is one of those ones where I wish there was something between mid and solid. Yeah, you know what? I'm even willing to put this bottom solid.
Bottom solid, really?
Yeah, you know what? Shout out to Lawrence Taylor and Bam Bam Bigelow.
Yeah, fuck it, yeah. Lawrence Taylor did exactly what he had to do, and that was be a big, meaty man.
Yep.
We do not have to say a goddamn thing about WrestleMania 12.
And now, welcome to the polar opposite of Yoko Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 9.
Here's the crazy thing. Where does this fit in the Immortal tier? I'm willing to put this second on the Immortal tier.
Yep, I'm right there with you.
Perfect.
You know what? It's one of the only Brett matches that I will ever give respect to.
Hell yeah. This next one, I feel like we're going to get another point of contention here. We got WrestleMania 13, Psycho Sid defending the WWF title in a no disqualification match against motherfucking Undertaker.
Big meaty men slapping meat.
This to me is.
Hang on. I want to look at the rest of the card because I know this is Austin Brett on this card. but I know that there was no way Austin at that point was ever going to be the main event.
I feel like they could have worked a title onto Brett, but I don't know how confident they were in Stone Cold at that point. Rocky Maivia versus the Sultan, what the fuck? Where's that in my 40 years of WrestleMania?
What an awful WrestleMania card.
This is... Dude, Mosh and Thrasher are that fucking old? What the fuck?
Yes.
Oh my god, I thought they were like late 90s.
So's Billy Gunn, so's Bradshaw.
Oh, Jesus Christ, this is the late 90s. Ew!
This is mid-90s. This
is 97, that's late 90s.
Ugh.
Oh my fucking god, I hate that.
Yeah, no, there was a reason that WCW was beating them in the ratings. Like,
oh my fucking god.
Like pre-Attitude WWF was so bad.
The only match on here that isn't dog shit besides fucking Brett and Stone is Taker and Sid, which, like, getting back to Taker and Sid.
This might legitimately be the worst WrestleMania of all time.
If it wasn't, if it was not,
if this, I would have to look at that card, but I cannot imagine it's worse than this.
But getting back on it, this one, it's going bottom of mid tier for me. I am not a fan of Sid and Taker.
This is just big meaty men slapping meat. I'm fine with that.
But it's very, very much bottom tier slapping meat.
Yeah.
Next up, we got back into some good shit. Yeah, WrestleMania 14, Shawn Michaels defending that belt against Stony Cold.
Where on Immortal are we putting this?
That's, here's the thing. That's a great one level for me.
No.
You look at the rest of what's in Immortal right now, and comparatively, this is...
The Austin era has begun, Mike Tyson punching out Shawn Michaels, like an actually legitimately really good match.
It was a good match, yeah. It had great moments.
Considering Shawn Michaels had a broken back and was hopped up on painkillers, one of the best matches of his career.
If this is going on Immortal tier, the highest it's going is above Mania 1 for me.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. I'm just saying this gets legacy. This is legacy.
It's a new day. It's a you fucking bitch.
You're welcome.
Next one, probably one of the least talked about main events of all time.
This is great one.
This Triple H defending the WWF title against Mick Foley, The Rock, and the Big Slow.
You skipped a WrestleMania there, buddy.
I did. Yeah, I skipped one of the best ones. Jesus Christ.
That's what I'm saying. But you know what's funny? You say it's the best one. This is actually the worst of their 3 Mania matches.
Oh yeah, it's the worst of their 3 Mania matches. This one goes to great one.
This is great one for sure.
Top tier great one, definitely above 6, but it's there.
Oh, for sure.
And the only reason that we're ending it on that is because they fight again.
Yeah, and again.
But yeah, 15, that goes to the top of great ones here. And then back to WrestleMania 2000, you look at who's in this match and you think, that's a stinker because Big Show.
And don't forget, each one of those had a separate McMahon in their corner.
Exactly.
That's another part of this match.
To me, this is... It serves as the firm middle for me. Above WrestleMania 11, above WrestleMania whatever that one with, like... Whoever the fuck is in that thumb... It's the second one in solid tier for me. It's below 10, but above the rest.
Yeah.
I wish I had more to say about it, but it really is just like 4 dudes representing different, I guess, attitudes of WWE.
Yep.
WrestleMania X7.
The best of the 3? Yep.
Yeah.
I'm fine with this. The only thing that ruins this match for me that kind of would probably bump it to great one again for me is the whole Austin turns sides with McMahon thing.
I fuck with that heavy. I think it was done very rushed, but it still was a very good swerve, possibly one of the best swerves of that era.
Yeah, I'm still tempted to put it in great one though.
I can do a compromise, bottom Immortal.
But see, no, the one at 19, I would put it Immortal above this one. That's my point here.
You mean or was that 19?
No, it was 19. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it just wasn't main event. Okay.
Right. But see, of their 3 matches, I don't know. I have a hard time putting this in Immortal just because of the ending. Like, really ruined it.
I'm gonna put it at the top of Grade 1 for now. And then we're going to
Yeah.
come back, look at how the rest of that field goes. Next up, we have WrestleMania X8, Chris Jericho defending that undisputed WF title against Triple H, the Son of Sons, the King of Kings, etc.
Face Triple H is just so mid for me.
This is such a stinker that I want to make the first barely legal entry.
It's because Chris Jericho had no office support and they wanted him to look bad.
This
so,
was
I mean,
like 2010's Christian levels.
Yeah, I'd put it above Billy because it was still a good match.
I'll give it, actually, maybe above 13, below 8.
Nah, I'd put it above 8.
Above 8? Okay.
Just because of Triple H coming back from that injury aura.
Yeah, true. For anybody who's listening...
Yeah, just face Triple H just so mid for me.
Yeah. For anybody listening to this in the background, first off, that's the best way to listen to these videos, because I edit so loosely. Here is what we have so far from the bottom to the top. Absolutely worst dog shit mania of all time. WrestleMania 9 in the RIP tier. We got the barely legal tier is empty. The mid tier has WrestleMania 13, 8, 18, 2, and then 7. Solid tier has WrestleMania 11, WrestleMania, God, they really did not do a great job of cropping these. I want to say it's like 4. WrestleMania 2000, and then WrestleMania 10. The great ones here, or the second best here, has WrestleMania 6, WrestleMania 15, and WrestleMania X7. And then the immortal tier has WrestleMania 1, WrestleMania Big Cube 12.
Oh, that's 98.
Yeah, fuck you. WrestleMania 5, WrestleMania 7, and then what's that 12? Dude, these cropping is so fucking weird. But the big thing is WrestleMania 3 is still on top for now. I got 2 very specific manias that might top that. But going into the next one, we have WrestleMania 19. Very contested here. Kurt Angle defending that WWE title against Brock Lesnar. Also the first WWE title match in Mania.
Correct.
I am of the opinion this is high mid tier, like top of mid tier.
I was gonna say low solid. Yep, you and I are right there.
Okay,
this match great. Was it was two good competitors. These guys had great matches.
2 big names, but it's very much they were facing each other at the wrong time.
You there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you not hear me? Ah!
What happened?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I could hear you, but you couldn't hear me apparently.
Yep.
The issue with WrestleMania 19 is 2 great names, great people. They didn't face each other at the right time.
The problem is they face each other like 18 times for this title over the next year.
That too. Like if we had Lesnar have just a normal match at Mania and Kurt Angle face someone else, and then you let Lesnar needed to get his feet just a little more wet, which is a crazy thing to say because Lesnar was at a consistent level like 3 matches into main roster, but I still believe like he needed a little more.
You know why this match gets bonus points for me?
Why? If you say shooting star press, I'm gonna beat you to death.
Brock through the shooting star press.
Fucking die in a fire. WrestleMania XX, the WrestleMania that WWE doesn't like talking about.
Triple H defending against Shawn Michaels. Yes.
Against Shawn Michaels and a cardboard cutout custom superstar.
Stevie Richards. And sometime during the match, they lost track of the title, and then Randy Orton found it in the garbage can at SummerSlam.
Oh, God. No, we'll be straight up here. Fuck Chris Benoit, the human.
This is immortal. I'm sorry. This is such a good match. This is an insanely good match. I'm going to put this above Cube.
We're definitely putting this above Cube. I would say even above 5.
I'm fine with that.
We'll just leave it at this, because the Chris Benoit thing is always very contested. Fantastic wrestler. Happy he's dead after what he did. Moving on. WrestleMania 21. Triple H defending that World Heavyweight title against Batista. The lead-up is better than the match. Holy fuck was the lead-up better than the match.
This match is so mid.
Dude, bottom of mid tier.
Not even bottom. I'll put it below X8.
Below X8? Okay. I just hate how much of a cool lead-up this had. How much hype there was. How much energy aura, if you will, and then it's such a fumble. And speaking of, there's a hot opinion here, fumbled manias.
It's a solid match for what I mean. It's Cena Triple H. It's a solid match. It's
Cena
alright.
and Triple H for the WWE belt at WrestleMania 22 could have been
This will
so much
be
better.
this will be another discussion of worst WrestleManias ever. By the way,
Yeah, oh yeah. I would say WrestleMania 22 ekes out the the bottom of the great ones here. So just above 10. Or actually, no, now I'm thinking about it, 10. What the fuck is wrong with me? I want to change something.
why
I
is
want to bring
10? Oh no. 10 is solid because it lost points because it should have had no business being the main event.
Yes, but I kind of want to move 10 to the bottom of solid and make 22 the new top. Sorry.
Oh, I already had 10 in solid. What are we talking about?
No, I'm talking. My bad. WrestleMania 10, bottom of great one. WrestleMania 22 goes to top of solid because that was still a great main event. But we're trying to think the rest of the card here. I think that's clouding our opinions here.
You know what? I'm fine with that.
Okay. All right. Next one. We got WrestleMania 23. Such a better Cena just a year later. John Cena defending that title against Shawn Michaels.
This is second in Great One at worst.
You're goddamn right it is. I was going to put it right below X7. My issue with this is we could have had a different Shawn match, but life happens.
My issue with this is the rematch 2 weeks later in London is probably the greatest Raw match of all time.
Second greatest. I'm a very firm believer in that. No, I'm a firm believer in that Rollins gauntlet.
Cena Michaels in London on Raw, greatest Raw match of all time, and that's a hill I will die on.
Yeah, mother.
That is an hour. That is an hour of pure grabs. No spots, no run-ins, no gimmick. That's an hour of pure grabs.
That's fair. Here is where we start to get a little funky. I would also like to note
we're gonna fight over this match.
Yes, I would also like to note WrestleMania 24 here. For one, the difference between 23 and 24 in terms of the environments of WWE is so subtle, yet so fucking jarring at the same time.
This was one of the first WrestleManias they had outdoors in a long time.
Oh yeah, that too. But I think of the roster and the vibe of 24, then just a year before, it's that's two different companies. I gotta say, Edge defending that World Heavyweight title against Taker, it is actually one of the best Taker Mania matches, especially of his modern era.
He called it his best. Maybe his Shawn Michaels matches, but he calls this one of his best Mania matches.
Oh yeah, and I'm happy about that.
I'm more than happy to put this in Immortal. I'm so happy to.
Immortal above the Cube.
Above Cube, above 3.
Above 3? 3 is the best one.
No. Why is 3 so low on my list then?
Because you're a fucking buffoon. Immortal tier should be...
Hold on. I have one... I have it from left to right. I have 1, 12, 20, 5, 3 Cube.
You have that so weird. Mine goes 3... Roman letter looking ass, 25, right now 24, Cube, then Mania 1.
Alright, we're gonna have to have an argument because the triple threat at 20 is by far better than the main event of 3.
I thought so. I just thought that you were so hell-bent on nostalgia. Are we officially moving the main events of 20 to the best so far?
I'm more than happy to put...
There's some heated discussion. We made some changes to the Immortals here. The Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels 60-minute, now that I say it out loud, it makes sense, is the best Mania so far.
Plus the overtime, don't forget.
Plus the overtime, yes. Then we have WrestleMania 20, WrestleMania 3, Big Orange 24, 5, Cough, The Cube, and Mania 1.
But back to our discussion on 24. Should not have been the main event.
Should not have been the main event. What should have been?
HBK retires Ric Flair. The last scene of WrestleMania 24 should have been Ric Flair walking off.
Yes. WrestleMania 25, Triple H versus Randy Orton.
Wasn't this a triple threat with Cena?
No, you are thinking the Edge, Big Show, Cena triple threat for the World Heavyweight title.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, okay, the Orton Cena triple, it was the year before, but it wasn't the main event.
Yeah.
Cena won the 2008 Royal. Okay.
Here's my thing about WrestleMania 25, Triple H versus Orton. I want to put this in the middle of mid because it
I
lead
do
up
not
better
remember
than the
this match
match.
whatsoever. I barely remember this pay-per-view.
It was just your typical Orton and Triple H match, but Triple H was later career prime at this point, and Orton was just, he's Orton.
So this is like King of Kings Triple H.
I don't think he was King of Kings. I don't think he whipped that
Wait,
out.
no, this was prime heel punch you in the head Orton against King of Kings Triple H. This is when he like punted Stephanie, then kissed her.
Yeah,
and
that
then
was the
Triple H
whole
broke
lead up.
into his hat. Okay, you know what? This is
Lead up
a
better than the
replay.
match. That was the issue.
Yeah, I'm tempted to put it low solid, high mid.
I can do high mid.
I'll do high mid.
Okay.
What do we want? Above 2? Below 2?
2. No, like I'm talking top of mid.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. It's one of those things where that lead up was so good, and just the match was destined to disappoint.
Oh yeah, this one.
We know exactly where this is going, so we're just gonna not even discuss it.
Do we?
Yep.
Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels, no DQ, streak versus career.
Yep. This is number 1 immortal. I'm sorry.
Third
This
best.
is probably the. Nope.
Third
This
best.
is possibly the greatest main event in WrestleMania history. Are you starting to see a trend here where all of our greatest WrestleMania main events of all time all have Shawn Michaels in them?
Yeah, now that I think about it.
Starting to see a trend here.
The terrifying thing that Shawn probably could have gone another I don't know, 5 years, honestly.
No,
until a
he couldn't have his back was shredded.
No, he'd definitely be moving to part-time, like Lesnar-esque, like early 2010s Lesnar. But I think if you put him with the right people, especially if you were to bring in indie people like AJ who worked more diverse but safer movesets, he could have easily. And yes, I'm farming for AJ and Shawn. But
one of the greatest matches that never happened.
Yes, I do sincerely
just
think it is below 20.
No, it's not. It's not below 20. I will argue, but I will accept if you want to put it below 12. The Iron Man match, I'm fine with that.
I would say below 12.
It's not below 20.
My biggest issue with this match is the last, I'd say, 5 minutes of this match. The match is over at that point, and I love the story that is being told, but it is over at that point. We're dragging it out. It's one of the few situations where dragging it out isn't bad, but that is what it is.
Yes, but the last 30 seconds of the match is one of the greatest of all time.
Oh yeah, the throat
fighting
slit,
to survive.
slap.
Yep. The jumping tombstone at 45 years old.
Absolutely fucking insane. But yeah, second best Mania of all time. And
all right. These next 3, can we?
My God, how the mighty fall!
An absolute fumble on the next 3 years.
The fact that the Miz versus Cena could have been so much better, but they wanted to make the Miz the cowardly heel.
It was alright. Miz was a really good champion because he played the sneaky cowardly heel so good.
Oh yeah. The character is better than the match.
Yeah, this was a decent match. This is very low solid.
No, honestly, mid-solid. I put it above. I keep fucking forgetting what Mania that is with the yellow and the 2 square pictures.
I think that's
4? No, it's not, because there'd be a 1 there. Unless that is part of a 1 poke now. Or not 1, Jesus Christ. No, I'm saying that looks like the 1 Roman numeral. Whatever it fucking is, I would put this solid tier going WrestleMania 22, WrestleMania 2000, that weird yellow one, then 27, then 11.
Oh, that's Hogan Warrior. That's 6.
Okay. Yeah, I'd put this just below 6, because again, Ultimate Warrior EU, but it does eke out at the very least star power wise. Yep. Go ahead and read off this next one.
Alright, this is Once in a Lifetime Rock versus Cena. I'm okay with this match. Of the 3 of this bundle, this is the one I'm okay with. This is another Rock in the Great one. I'm fine with this match.
Yeah, I'm great with this. Looking at it as in this is the day after WrestleMania 27, and I'm reflecting on it. Or not even the day, a couple hours after, because 1 day later.
Set the match. Yeah, Cena Rock, Once in a Lifetime, had a whole year to build it up. I'm fine with this in the Great one.
I want to put it 4th place in Great one, so above 6 and 10.
That's fine.
Perfecto. Then, the same fucking thing, there's a title belt this time. That was...
Why it's not a lifetime? Because, that didn't work for me, brother.
And Punk got robbed, and I will say that to the end of days.
Barely, we can put this one in barely legal.
Thank you, yeah.
Yep.
I like it for the fact that I'm pretty sure Cena won this and he got the belt. So this was when I started to really enjoy Cena as an adult and realize, like, yeah, he's good.
Yes.
But also, fuck off. We got WrestleMania 30, Orton versus Tisa versus Daniel Bryan.
Where in Immortal are we putting this?
Thank you. So many people say the lead up is better than the match and the result. Dude, the match is arguably better than the lead up because that whole match is Bryan getting his shit kicked in.
Yep, and he had to face Triple H top of the card too.
Bingo, yeah. This was one of the best Iron Man performances in Mania history outside of full actual Iron Man matches.
I'm happy to put this right under 24.
Right under 24? I would say above 3.
No. It is not better than Savage Hogan. Or...
No, it's better than Savage Hogan. This would be Hogan Andre 3.
It's also not better than Hogan Andre. Hogan Andre gets legacy.
Okay.
I'll put it under 3.
Under 3. Okay, I'll take that.
Wait, no, 24 is Edge Hogan. No, it's under 24. No, it's better. No, it's not better than Edge Taker.
It is so much better than Edge and Taker.
No, it's not.
You know what?
I'm sorry. 70% of that match was Orton and Batista slapping meat. Nope.
Gabagool. This next one, it is officially listed, and it finished as a triple threats. I would argue this is not a good match. It is a good moment. It's
a good moment. But this was 90% Roman and Lesnar slapping meat.
I can't believe I'm saying this when you think about the end results.
Barely legal?
I want to put this barely legal above 29.
Yep.
Thank you. Okay, good to see we agree on that. 32, yep. Triple H versus Roman Reigns for the WWE World Heavyweight title.
This is Authority Triple H with the ego works for me, brother. Vince McMahon title reign.
At least it was better than the Vince reign. Like,
really,
at least he actually tried.
Really good story. Really good story. Really good build up. This
LOL
is Big
Roman
Dog
Reigns.
era. Yeah.
I want to put this bottom mid. Because at the very least, Triple H could still wrestle a full match at this point. This was pre-hard pacer.
Yeah.
And
I'm
this
fine
was
with that. Do we want to...
I'll put bottom mid, like so below 13.
Oh, very bottom. I would put it above Taker Savage or Taker Psycho.
I'm fine with that because here's the thing: this is also when Roman started to learn how to fucking wrestle, but it was still LOL Roman wins. Well, how about you say the name of this late-term abortion of a main event?
This is rest in peace fodder.
This is the worst WrestleMania main event of all time.
No.
This is worse than the fucking...
It's worst moment, but there's no... Reigns didn't need to... This match didn't need to happen, didn't need to be main event. Nothing about this match should have happened.
But it did happen.
It's still better than Hogan it not working for him, brother, on Yokozuna.
Okay. As long as we can agree it's an RIP tier.
Yes.
The next one, Brock Lesnar defending that WWE Universal title against Roman Reigns. I think this was actually a good match. It's just that at this point, we had this match 3 years earlier. I think, or not in the same arena. No. But we had this match 3 years earlier.
LOL. This is peak LOL Roman wins era.
But it was probably the best pre-WrestleMania 38 Roman Brock Lesnar match.
Yeah, so I would still put it
bottom solid, or honestly above Miz Cena. No, right below it because they had a story.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. WrestleMania 35. We got Ronda Rousey, Charlotte Flair being the women's champions versus Becky Lynch.
Ronda Rousey makes this match lose points.
Yeah.
I want to put this at the very top of Great One.
What the fuck? Really?
The 70% of this match that was Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair slapping meat was great.
I would argue just below X7 and above 23.
You're right.
Okay. See, my issue with this is just, it's Ronda Rousey, in my opinion, looking back at her matches, was never good. It's just that they did a good job of protecting her. This match kind of protected her as well. Because you had a great workhorse, and then you had a mediocre, nepotism child.
Right.
But at least.
Okay, hold on. Okay, we're gonna fight over Charlotte.
I will happily fight about Charlotte.
Charlotte Flair got the opportunity because of being a nepo baby. She did not get 16 title reigns being a nepo baby. She earned her.
She
earned
got
her
a lot of
10.
those titles.
She earned her last 10 because she carried that company for a while. She was legitimately that good.
I don't know.
I will admit she got the Rocket to start because of being Flair's daughter. She kept the Rocket being Charlotte and being that good.
My 30 minutes on Charlotte could outdo your hour, but I will relent for this because there's still a rest of the match to consider.
Yeah. Alright.
So after some deliberation, we decided to... We are going to split the 2 Night Manias because we basically... We were looking at it and like, for the next Mania especially, the disparity between quality of main events is very much a point of discussion. So, for WrestleMania 36, we have the Boneyard match, Taker and AJ. That, to me, gets a place at the bottom of it for comparison, but in Immortal tier. This was one of the few Mania matches within the past pre-39 that had me genuinely up on my feet, like yelling at the TV and shit.
I'm fine with that being second from the bottom in Immortal.
Second from the above Mania.
The only reason one is in Immortal is because of Legacy. So
it's literally just the tier breaker right there.
Yeah.
And then Lesnar versus Drew McIntyre served a purpose, but a bottom of solid for me.
Yeah, it's solid.
Right below WrestleMania 11.
Yeah.
Next up, we have WrestleMania 37. This is the biggest fucking disparity in 2 Night Manias. My god. Sasha Banks defending the SmackDown Women's title against Bianca Belair. This, like many main events I'm now realizing, was the edge of a wrestler actually being a good wrestler and being carried by their opponents. Sasha at this point had evolved past being carried and she was now the carrier, and Bianca was, I think, still relying on being carried by her opponents here. So I would put this fucking...
I will give no respect to anything Bianca. Sorry.
That's valid. Bianca Belair is very athletic, but I cannot see her at this point being a legitimate threat. Her title reign redeemed it. I will say her title reign did redeem it very much so, but...
I would put this below WrestleMania 18.
Below 18?
Yeah, right above, between 18 and 21.
Yeah, I'm fine with that because it served a purpose. But again, that her title reign made it better, but this was the title match, so yeah. And the other WrestleMania 37 match, I for some fucking reason always thought this was a 38.
This match pisses me off.
Same. Roman Reigns defending the Universal title against Edge and Daniel Bryan. This was pre-Tribal Chief. This was everything. This was just Roman with a belt at this point.
This was right at the start of Bloodline.
I don't think he was calling himself that though. I think he just had Paul Heyman there, and I don't think he had any crowns.
And I think the Usos were involved here yet. This wasn't head of the table yet because he wasn't head of the table till he beat Brock the next year.
Okay. The wrong person won this match. If they were planting the seeds, or they had even a vague idea of having Roman being champ for so fucking long, sure. But I have not heard that or heard any, not that they need to give it to us for Marks.
Edge deserved the title run. I'm sorry.
At the very least, D-Bry could have been a shock winner here, but I much would have preferred Edge. Which, side note, I will say, Edge got announced to be facing Jon Moxley for the AEW World title next week on Dynamite. Don't think they're going to do a world title change. But
do me a favor, will you look up and see what the Universal title match was on this card?
This was the Universal title match.
Or the WWE title.
Oh, yeah,
Whatever the one Roman wasn't holding.
I think that actually was... Oh, this was Lashley versus McIntyre.
So you're telling me... Did McIntyre win the Rumble? No, Edge won the Rumble.
Yeah.
So who was Lashley? Because Lashley had beat Big E for the title, right?
Yeah.
Or other way around.
You're thinking of next year where Big E was champ and Brock took it.
All right. Either way, there is no reason that Edge couldn't have beat either Drew or. Honestly, Edge beating Drew for the title at Mania would have been such a better decision than just feeding him to LOL Roman wins.
Yeah. Which, by the way, this is a weird fucking Mania. Fucking AJ and Omos versus New Day, Cesaro versus Rollins.
It was another COVID Mania, basically.
I will say Bad Bunny and Damian Priest versus Miz and John Morrison. Bad Bunny is such a fucking natural.
Bunny and Damian at Backlash was such a good match.
The best celebrity match of all time, and I will hear no different. I will hear no different. But yeah, we're gonna put this.
I would have to run down that list because I mean, it's up there, but there's a flag in my brain saying there's one better.
Going back to it though, because we did get sidetracked, but keep that all in because those were some good conversation points. The triple threat there, I would say
this is either very top of solid or very bottom of great one, and I'm tempted to put bottom of great one just because Edge was.
Yeah, because this was a very good late career Edge match.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Bottom of great one, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, WrestleMania 38. Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Kevin motherfucking Owens.
Right above Taker Styles.
Right above Taker Styles. There was no fucking reason Stone Cold had to do that match, had to take any of those bumps, but he did it, and he did it with fucking style. That was such a good fucking match. A crazy opinion here, this was better than the worst Rock versus Stone Cold. Have I stunned you into silence?
No, I had another phone call.
Get a load of this guy.
I know, right?
The second main event. Ooh, this better not be a contentious thing. This, at this point, I think... by the way, it was Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar, winner takes all unification. At this point, I'm pretty sure we at least had head of the table. He was going into it to become head of the table. I don't know if we had Bloodline.
He was for sure... no, this is for sure Tribal Chief Bloodline. Okay. Already. Because he was already doing the acknowledge me and all of
this match. Kind of dookie.
It was definitely not as good as their SummerSlam. For sure.
I would put this below 25 in mid.
Yeah, right.
Like, it is such a crazy thing, because what it leads into, yada 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 yada, but it's, no, fuck off. Die.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm just now realizing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Roman Reigns was involved in 5 WrestleMania main events in a row. 6 if you want to count the Bloodline yada tag match. But I'm just gonna say 5 because 40, then 39, then 38, then 37. Math is hard.
Yeah.
I know what I meant.
It's Bloodline. LOL Bloodline wins.
Yeah, but we are on WrestleMania 39. Match 1, Usos versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Best fucking tag match at Mania ever.
That's a bit of a stretch.
That's a
bit of a stretch. There's been a lot of tag matches.
I'm talking straight on tag. I'm not talking triple threat tag because that's probably where your mind drifted.
I'm saying there's a lot of tag matches.
At the very least, that tag team match, good build up,
good story. Yeah.
I would say it goes right above Mania for bottom, but not bottom of Immortal. Even above Boneyard, I would say.
Definitely above Boneyard. Do we put it under Austin Owens? Just because it gets
above Austin Owens, honestly.
No.
Yeah,
it wasn't that good.
We had much more match quality. As good as Stone Cold and Kevin was, as good as Stone Cold
but it's
ran.
also Austin coming back out of retirement and putting on a good 20-minute match after not wrestling in 10 years.
Now I'll take that. I'm also still waiting for
I'm
send me the picture.
I know. I'm trying to find a good one.
We are coming up on the hot contention. Because now we have Roman Cody 1. This match is sullied by, and again, we're looking at this in the moments, the end result of the match.
It's solid.
You could argue that at that point the seeds were being planted for another Cody Roman, but we didn't know that. We didn't think about that. We especially didn't think about it at the end of the match.
I would put it right above Angle Lesnar at 19 in solid.
I can take that, yeah. But yeah, WrestleMania 39, the Cody Roman one right below 19. It was an okay match, but in that moment, even 24 hours after, it was just Cody should have fucking won. But the very next year.
Honestly, looking back, I'm fine with him not winning that first one.
Yeah, well, your face. The very next.
It was too soon for him to win the title. I think like he had been so hot shot.
It could have been done, but I will agree that it was better waiting a year.
Yeah, I don't think he should have been in this match to start with. He should have just.
He should have had to fight for it.
Yeah.
Or did we have a World Heavyweight title? Yeah, we did. We had, no, we didn't, because 40 was the cash-in. We didn't have a World Heavyweight title at that point. Fucking, you could give him an IC title reign back then.
Right.
Rebooking Cody Rhodes' dirt. No. WrestleMania 40, Night 1. Roman
I do not want to acknowledge this match.
Roman and The Rock versus Cody and Seth Rollins. It was such an unneeded match, in my opinion. This could have been done on a Raw. They could have had a very great fucking Raw main event that went for an hour.
This could have even been done at Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, and we could have given the World Heavyweight title the fucking main event for Night 1 Raw. But I will say that was a great opening match. I want to put this match...
I don't even want... this is barely legal. I'm sorry, this goes...
Not barely legal, but bottom of mid.
No, because it wasn't even a good match.
It was an okay match. It's just that it was purely bent on, as soon as that bell rang, you were like, yeah, they're fucking losing to stack the odds against Cody, and Cody's going to overcome the odds. It's just the fact that we knew what the end result was going to be, and we knew that it was just going to be Cody torture porn, which I think at that point was very much overdone, especially with The Rock. Fucking shout out to the first Mama Rhodes mention. Where the fuck is my image?
Working on it, I had to find one that wasn't cropped all to hell.
Yeah. I want to say bottom of mid, because it was still pretty fucking bad, but it wasn't... It was an okay match, just it could have been literally anywhere else.
I'm fine with bottom of mid. Like, I really want to put it in barely legal.
Yeah, we are going to fight in this next one. Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. Bloodline Rules match. It's going in Immortal, but the placements... Above one. Just above,
right above one? Yeah, just above one. It's not better than Boneyard.
It's better than Boneyard. At the very least, we can move Boneyard up, because I'm not happy about seeing Boneyard so low.
If we move Boneyard up, we have to move Austin Owens up.
We will, and we're gonna put Austin Owens above 5, I think.
That's fine.
And Boneyard right above 5.
Right.
We're at a point where legacy versus modern. There's probably a better word, but just legacy versus modern is becoming.
Yeah.
Oh, such a larger gap than WrestleMania 40.
And then put Roman Cody 2 right below Boneyard.
I want to say above Boneyard, honestly, because this is a year and a half story.
Yeah, but the match itself is 20 minutes of slapping meat and then
the Avengers.
Gimmicks. Yeah, the Avengers. Yeah.
I'll take that, because as soon as you said that, I felt goofy.
Yeah.
It was great. It was fucking amazing. I was on my feet.
It was cinema. It was
the
cinema.
Guy. That's John Cena.
Yeah, and then you get the Rock. You get the Rock. You get the Taker.
You take the moon, and you take the moon.
Yeah.
But, ladies and gentlemen, after in editing or the recording, an hour and 8 minutes, from worst to best, here is our WrestleMania ranking. We got WrestleMania 9, 33, 29, 31, Night 1 of 40, 13, 32, 8, 21, Night 1 of 37, X8, 2, 7, 38, Night 2, 25, PC Night 2, 11, 39, Night 2, 19, 34, 27, WrestleMania 8, WrestleMania 2000, 22, Night 2 of 37, 10, 6, 28, 15, 23, 35, X7, and then gracing the Immortals here, we have 13 Manias that stand the test of time. Mania 1, Night 1 of 39, Mania Cube, Mania 5, Night 2 of Mania 40, Night 1 of 36, Night 1 of 38, 30, 24, 3, Triple H and Shawn Michaels wrestling a cardboard cutout at WrestleMania 20,
And then misplacing the title until SummerSlam.
26, and finally, the greatest WrestleMania main events of all time, WrestleMania 12, ladies and gentlemen, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, 60-minute plus 10-minute Iron Man match for the WWE title. Any final thoughts? Like one I said along, this is the ranking, but anything I said along the way where you were like, are you sure about that?
Top 3 main events of all time are all Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, as it should be.
All 3 eras of Shawn Michaels, actually, which is even better. You have one of each era of Shawn Michaels.
You have Sexy Boy, you have Depressed Boy, and Comeback Boy.
You have Sexy Boy, Jesus Boy, and Put Me Out of My Misery Boy.
Put Me Out of My Misery is crazy. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was the video. Sorry for not uploading any one-star wrestling content. Life has me by the balls, and it is electrocuting them like a certain Knoxville mayor. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you again to Jobu for coming on in. It's always great to have a little green jester guy as a little sidekick here. And we will see you guys next time for who fucking knows. Maybe it'll be after Mania even. Goodbye.